So now we are going to listen to two CEOs about their practical experience, what kind of challenges they have faced when doing business in Brazil, and why they are doing business in Brazil. Looking at this panel, you would think if you are at a panel discussion organized by the Brazil Florida Business Council, that is the look of the global economy, the global trade situation. Business has no walls, and that is a typical example how when there is a business opportunity, no matter where, just grab it. And Brazil is a land of opportunities. Both organizations have headquarters in Tampa Bay, and both organizations are doing business in Brazil. There is something special about Tampa, don't you think so? It's amazing. And here we are, the Brazil Florida Business Council in Tampa. Why Tampa? You are born in India, you are born in Pakistan. Why Tampa? Let's start with you, Ike.
I choose Tampa better than somehow Florida other cities. And it's a great city to be here. And I feel like and also business doing in South and Central America is a hub. Florida is much easier to travel. I think it's more possible to do much better business being in Florida. If you're in New York and other states, even from Florida, it takes 2-3 days to get my business. Brazil is not a small country. Just imagine if I was in New York and in the States, it take more time. So that was the main reason.
The reason I started in Tampa is it's a growing city. I had a very good days, and we had a lot of good customers who were depending on getting the product from outside, and then coming to Brazil. 50% comes from Brazil, and rest of the material comes from different parts of the world.
Ike, why don't you tell us why you in Brazil?
Actually, I started business in Mexico with iron ore, and it took so long to achieve the mines and the business. And somehow, unfortunately, because of situation in Mexico is very dangerous, and we lost a lot of money. We had to pay certain quotas, stuff like that. At the same time, I was researching in Brazil why people are getting much better price, premium price, when you export some product from Brazil. Right now, I have mine concessions, about 32 concessions in Brazil, which is 10 ore, columbite, and tantalite. 10 ore is the alloy used for the steel, and columbite, which is they call niobium 205, NB205, is also used for the steel industry. And tantalite, we're doing is not a big quantity because it's most difficult, critical minerals. And somehow Brazil is so fortunate, has about 90% deposits in Brazil, niobium and tantalite. And one of the expensive mineral you can call is tantalite. And I'm doing all those three. It happened to be all three elements, minerals, it comes from the same mines in Rondônia. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even know, I hope, where's Rondônia. If I ask São Paulo people, they say, where's, onde está Rondônia?
Even Brazil, don't know.
No. Matter of fact, when I'm in São Paulo, people asking me, oh, you live in Mata. It means you're living in a jungle. But you know what my answer is? You guys getting electricity from us.
That's true.
You know, because Rondônia is a state, Porto Velho is the capital. I think the world's second largest hydroelectric plant is in Rondônia. So anyway, I have like 5 mines active that we are working ourselves. The rest of, we made some other groups. They are working, some are in process. And recently we just achieved one of the large mine, gold mine. We ordered some of bridges, which is a Rondônia called Rio de Madeira, owns 23 kilometers. And that Rio de Madeira brings a lot of gold from Andes, from Peru, from Bolivia. is very rich a river, and we dredge up to 60 meters down to bring the gold. You don't even need to refine the gold. It comes like 97% pure.
Ike is from Pakistan. By the way, he speaks Portuguese. Yes.
Some follow Portuguese.
Yes.
No follow me. But it was cost a lot of money. It's like the panel mentioned, don't take Brazil easy. They have touched my heart. Like every single aspect, whatever they have talked on subject, looks like they are talking about me. Honestly, it's not easy. And they forgot to mention one department. What is the tax department, people? I think they were hiding the departments, but I'd like to mention the bureaucracy when we talk about Brazil, Mr. Ambassador, with all respect. I hope one day they can finish cartório. Are you guys agree with me? Yes. If you get tired just going for every single piece of paper to get signed, when you go there, you grab the number, you sit there like you're sitting in the court. And if you try to approach them, they say, "Thank you, esperar." Brazilian are very friendly people. And I really, like you said, the land of opportunity. Why I've been staying there for a long time. If you can put up with the cartório 5 years, you become very successful.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's going to be my next question to both of you. By doing business in Brazil, what are the main challenges that you have faced?
The main challenges, what I face, if I go and approach a quarry to buy a piece of granite, they want to sell, but they cannot export because they don't have an export license. So I have to fetch for an export company and pay them some premium, some taxes, then I have to get it. So that is a big challenge for us, always.
Export a little easier, bringing product from Brazil, but importing is an even bigger challenge. Okay? When you talk about the license, product that I have critical minerals, I'm very proud to let you guys know, only 3 companies in Rondonia hold those full license of these mines. Because it's controlled with such an organization, it has some radioactivities material, so it's very much controlled. It's not easy to get license. I have one of mine, the lifetime license. When they call lifetime, it's like the mine has the deposit that it can last 40 years the way you extracting material. So I'm the 3rd one company in Rondonia having that license. And the biggest challenge, like you said, logistic is really, really challenging in Brazil. I hope China, they came, especially Rondonia, a lot of people don't know how big it is. They are putting a lot of, I think, railroads to bring that kind of logistic. It's a big problem. Some of time product, my product is very expensive, we can afford. Like you mentioned, granite or iron ore. There's a lot of iron ore in Rondonia, but logistically it's impossible. It's not viable to do business.
What are your plans in regards to expansion in Brazil or here in Florida? Because I hear that you are planning on doing something in Florida as well. Because the whole thing about the discussion is how your organizations can make a contribution to the economic development of both regions, not only Brazil, but here too. So any specific, Raji, because your company is here, you are importing, exporting, distributing, and manufacturing granite and marble.
The near future plans are we are trying to locate Brazilian partners who can be a part of our company so that it will be easy for us to bring the raw material since 50% of our product comes from Brazil. That is the thing that we are looking into closely, looking for some mine owners or quarry owners who can be part of it so we all can share the business.
The product, especially tantalite. Now, a lot of people, a lot of companies, they cannot import because of conflict of child laborers and killing going on there. So we taking advantage in Brazil, biggest advantage in Brazil. Now let's talk about the opportunity. very safe. Midnight, you're driving. Of course, some of areas you cannot go, any countries, any place. But Brazil, federal police, all the securities in place is very strong. You can work very easy. So the plan is now bringing raw material tantalite, which is you cannot find so much as its pigments and pockets, but being on or action on the mines, and we have a material. And if you can open facilities in Tampa, which is thanks you helping me on that to find better location in Florida, can bring a lot of business, and I'm sure American governments can help us. Tantalum powder, we try to make a plant here. Since my home base in Billboard City will live here, and I'd like to bring that plant here. It's going to increase a lot of good products here. Now they're selling China, other places. I think US have like 5 or 6 plants. So it's going to be a big advantage in Florida. I want to make my hometown.
Very good. Last question. What have you learned, for example? Any mistake?
A lot of foreign investors, I have done like this, like I say, it's this language that I learned. I don't want to give the dollar amount. It was very expensive for me. Anybody, if you ask something, they can say, I'm sorry. First of all, I respect the Brazilian because I became Brazilian now, not by citizen, but I have permanent residence card, and I'm very happy. I'm glad that attorney had mentioned this law firm. You must confirm how the laws are there. A lot of people come without having knowledge. They think there's a lot of commodities coming out of Brazil, but it's not easy. You can lose money next day if you don't have full knowledge of that business, what you're doing. And I want to add the partnership, local partners. You say foreign investor can do, but I can tell about the mining. If the mine is 50 kilometers from the border, any places in Brazil, you must have a local partner because of national security, that they will not allow to as a foreign investor to do business.
Well, in my product, so we have to be very careful and study the market on the actual price of the product. That is very important because we are dealing with the trading companies. They always want to make more profits, more money. And when they know that we are coming from US, they think that dollars are cheap here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because, as you can see, they are not Brazilian born, but they are Brazilians now. And that's what makes our guests, the CEOs of major corporations doing business in Brazil with headquarters in Tampa, so special. So they are very good supporters of our organization. So let's give a big hand to them.
Thank you.